So yeah, I didn't know that pigs and hogs were two different things.
I think they are.
They are.
Yeah. But anyway,
They're
y'all.
not. My country people, comment below what's the difference between a pig and a hog. But anyways, it's AME
And JG3,
and this is the ingredient.
where many things go into making many things. I'm lucrative.
And I go by the name of Ashton Martin.
How you been feeling this week, man?
I have honestly, I've been up and down this week, man. I can't even lie to you. Like I've had some, I guess it's the quarantine getting to me and everything, and as an artist, it's kind of hard to stay focused and keep going through this. So I've been having to push myself a lot more this week, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it.
It's been one of the toughest weeks for me as well. During all this stuff, since this stuff's got going, it's definitely been one of the tougher weeks here. But it makes you stronger. So you gotta have great self-awareness, and that helps you. Just being self-aware helps you to just pull yourself out of it and
Facts.
be productive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But as always, here on The Ingredient, we're
eating.
We always start with what we're consuming. Today we had some cookout.
Yeah, we got some cookout
One
shake.
of my favorites.
This is my first time trying to cookout shake, so y'all finna get an honest reaction from me. And I got the Oreo shake. I wasn't trying to go too exotic, you know what I'm saying?
Not too Joe Exotic with the shake.
Nah, no Joe Exotic on the Shake-O.
I got the strawberry cheesecake. They actually put a slice of cheesecake in this thing to make the shake. So like you be drinking this thing and you'll be drinking like pieces of cheesecake. It's pretty lit actually.
Dang, question.
Yeah.
Is cookout just in Atlanta or is it?
I don't know. I never heard about it till I came to it.
I haven't either. That's a good question. If anybody knows the answer to that, you know what I'm saying, comment in there. Let me know. Because
Yep.
I think it's just Atlanta. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. Definitely not any in Missouri that I know of. I didn't hear about it till I moved here, like a couple months ago, really.
This shake is banging, though.
This shake is banging. And the
Like,
food was
for
good. I
real,
had a
for
burger.
real.
It's fries and corn dog. Can't go wrong with that, man. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong
I
with that
had
with
the
Cajun
charboard,
seasoning.
struggling trying to order the charboard chicken, barbecue chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
I almost took me
I went
out.
ahead and let you order because I'm definitely not gonna make it through the cardboard chicken grilled fiesta sandwich. I'm not gonna make it through that whenever I'm under pressure. I got a speech impediment, y'all. So I was gonna be up there like freezing. I wasn't gonna make it through that, man. I was gonna have to die on that hill.
Yeah, man, it was rough. I felt like on next Friday, you remember that scene? It's like what he said on next Friday. Chico, when he was like,
oh shit! I know what you're talking about.
he said the big word. He was like,
my favorite part, man. My favorite part, man. It's like no more locked doors.
Suspicious. That's what it was. You're making me think a lot.
Make me think a lot.
The
animal
that's
did
my
nothing.
Favorite scene for next Friday.
Animal
man.
did nothing, man. That's animal abuse. He did nothing.
You gonna my favorite character, hands down, man. He killed that. That was a funny.
Pepper that
character.
essay. He did nothing to you. He was like on top of the Mike Epps on top of the car with like his belt, swinging at the dog and shit.
Hitting the dog. That made that dog famous too. Everybody wanted a Chico dog after that. Was it terrier? Some type of terrier?
I don't even know. I don't even remember. I ain't seen that movie in a minute.
I forgot. It's some type of terrier, but that's when everybody wanted that dog.
Oh yeah.
Egg. Yes, man.
So man, like I've been thinking, been getting my YouTube active and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. Of course, we like to shoot music videos. What's some of your like standout stories from some of the videos that you've shot? You know what I mean? Like, what's one of your favorite video shoots that you've done? Or it's just a standout story.
Probably my last video, Need to Know. Because that one was the first time that I've hit people up to do a video and everybody came through for it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like a success story. Everybody in the video also was like close to me in some way. Like those are like that's like really my family memories and all that in the video. And it was the first video I ever done in my hometown. Like that was the first video I shot in Mariana. So
nice.
That video means a lot to me, and the storyline means a lot. It was dope. Like we really all put our heads together with that one and really came up. Cause I felt like with that song, it could have went so many ways with Need to Know, but I feel like the direction we chose to go with it was like dope. And shout out to Mitch, man. He came through. We call him a crackhead because the way he works when he does his videos.
Why he's just like real like.
Man, he's in it. It's like you can sit here and talk to him, and he's just like, huh? And then like he's like in it, man. He just work when it comes to the video, man. It's just like a crackhead, man. So that's his crack. The video that's his passion. Like he gets in it, he gets going.
Word. Well, all my music videos I've done with my guy Kwaku. You can find him. Well, he's known as 6'5". And 6'5" does a great job, man. We have great chemistry when we work together, man. We always come up with a dope storyline, man. We've had some funny stuff happen. I would say like actually the opposite. Like when I first moved here, we shot the video to my song "Pay Attention," and we like everything was like improvised, but like we made a great video. Like I wanted it to like showcase Atlanta because I had just moved to Atlanta from KC, and I just really wanted to showcase Atlanta. And man, like we had like basically the story was just about just like Luke and Lucrative and how they're different people and how like different people react to Luke and Lucrative differently. And there was this cool part where like I got on top of the stairs at the Royal Peacock, and it's like you see Luke and Lucrative. Of course, Luke was dressed like more normal. Lucrative was dressed more like Lucrative, the rapper, the star guy.
Yeah.
So like, guy. Yeah, that was a really cool thing, man. And also, we was down a little 5-point shooting, and there was just like some like fly ass girl that like rode by. She was wearing like this fur pink coat in the middle of like dead summer. Mind you, it was hot as hell that day, man. We was sweating like we couldn't even like shoot outside for very long because it was so hot. This girl was in a car with like a pink fur coat, just dancing, getting it in, man. But we put her in the thing, man. So shout out to her. I don't know who she was, man, but shout out to her, whoever you are.
Whoever you are, you're definitely from the South. I can tell you that.
Man,
that was some Southern stuff right there.
That's some Atlanta shit, bro. Y'all,
yeah, to the T.
Bro, Atlanta, bro, y'all dress like y'all like to dress, y'all. So like, it don't matter, man. If it look good, it'll look good. We wearing it, goddamn it. Like
you ain't lying, man. I feel like they're very acceptable when it comes to fashion. You can put on anything, and people in Atlanta gonna be like, that's cool. Like I can put on like a tight pink shirt and rap, and people in Atlanta gonna be like, you know what? I like that.
I like that shit.
Anywhere else, they gonna be like, get them off the stage. But nah, it's cool though, man. Shout out to Atlanta, man. It's all love.
How's quarantine and shutdown been treating you, man? Been treating you good?
Quarantine and shutdown has been treating me like a baby mama that has custody of my kids. Damn. And she's like, she still loves me. That's how it treats me right now. Cause it's like it's on and off. So it's like sometimes she loves me and doesn't hold child support over my head, and another time she hates me when she sees me out with somebody else, and now she's holding like child support over my head. Like, you're gonna pay this money. We're gonna get you. Like that's kind of how it's been treating me lately.
Man, I've been watching movies, and I think I mentioned that on the last episode, but like there's this movie I've been hearing about called Parasite, and it's actually a foreign film. I like foreign films. Sometimes we as Americans get locked up in our American ways, so we don't want to watch foreign films. But
movies, y'all, for you.
Yes,
go some movies.
Yes, and there's this movie that like people have been calling it movie of the decade or like movie of the year, saying this movie is amazing. So I was like, man, I gotta check this out. It's actually a South Korean movie, and it's called Parasite. Man, this movie was like a mind fuck.
Really?
Like, it basically like that. It's like y'all should watch it. I don't want to give it away. I'll just give y'all the premise. Basically, it's like it's actually a big look at like classism and a big social look at that, because it's about a poor family and a rich family, and one by one they start working for the rich family. But the rich family doesn't realize that everybody in the poor family is related to each other. Like, they don't realize they're a family. They just think they're a bunch of random people. And the whole time, the poor family is like scamming the rich family.
Dang.
It's wild. But yeah, man, it's a dope movie, man. Definitely like a good look at that. So check that. I think it's on Hulu right now. So
Hulu.
check out Parasite. Definitely worth the watch.
Yeah,
Lot of reading the words, but it's all good. You kind of don't even notice it after a while.
Yeah. It's kind of like anime.
Yeah.
You know, but that's dope though, man. I definitely like to check that out. Sounds pretty interesting. I've actually got into the Ozark recently. I've been hearing so much about it, and everybody like, you gotta watch the show. You gotta watch the show. So
I was born in the Ozarks.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah,
it's interesting. We got a Ozark baby over here.
we got a Ozarkian right here.
Ozarkian. That's what they what do they call people from Ozark?
I don't know, because it's like just different towns, so it's like whatever town that you are.
Oh yeah, I got you. So it's more town specific.
Yeah.
But nah, it's definitely a good show. I feel like the beginning was kind of Breaking Badish, but as it started getting into like the second season, it definitely has its own. Like it's like everything went crazy, so it's like now you get Ozark. It's like, oh yeah, this is crazy. It has you on the edge like every episode, and you know I'm yelling at a lot of the characters all the time because of the decisions that they make.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I get so mad. I'm like, why did you do that? Why? And then it's like it just keeps you on the edge, man. And it's a dope show.
I'm like a big into like drug cartels and like drug stuff. So like I was in the Ozark. Like I like Narcos and Breaking Bad and Power and stuff like that. So Ozark was right up my alley, and it's kind of like in the state where I'm from. Like I'm from Missouri, so like hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it. See what this is about. It's a good show, man. Yeah, it's a good show.
It's definitely dope, man.
Just going out every day. I've been noticing about myself and like others. It seems like people are getting like used to. Seems like they're getting like used to and like content with what's going on. I noticed at first it was like a big like people seem like we're like freaking out and like losing their minds. Now it seems like we're being more adaptable. Do you think that like we're getting too used to this?
I think that. I wouldn't say that we're getting too used to it. I would just say that humans are adaptable. Like we are known to adapt to whatever environment that we're in. In the beginning, it'll look crazy. Just think about it like this. Think about the way that people used to live beforehand. Like when you think about the old days, and you be like, how was they living like that? But it's like when you're used to living like in that situation, you just adapting to whatever situation you're in. So I think that's what we are. Like the world could be apocalyptic in like 10 more years, and we may look in the future like, how the freak are they still living? But you're adapting to your environment. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like we just like animals, we adapt to our environment. Just like you put an animal in a certain environment, it's gonna adapt to whatever environment that it's in. So that's what we're doing. We're just making the best out of what we're given right now. So we're adapting.
Yeah, man, I just can't help but think that like, because like everybody knows that humans are really hard on the earth. Like I wonder if this is just like the earth, like like the earth has a funny way of like balancing things out. I wonder if this is just the earth's way of just balancing things out a bit. Let's get you motherfuckers inside. Out of the driving around all the time, throwing trash. Like I wonder if this situation is just that.
I don't know, man.
Mother Nature just resetting itself.
Could be. I feel like it's a setup for something. I feel like somebody's profiting off of this
definitely.
now.
Oh, definitely.
Somebody's definitely banking off of this.
There's
So
lots of money
if somebody's not banking right now, they're gonna be banking in the near future. That's kind of how I feel like this is going.
Yep.
But man, speaking of this, man, I'm gonna ask you this question: how do you feel music is gonna change after all of this is said and done?
That's the biggest.
How do you feel like it's gonna affect music?
Man, it's hard to say. I think maybe some like new subgenres of music will be birthed. We probably won't see them yet. We'll see them in a few months to a year. But I think right now, currently, as we speak, like different subgenres of music are being created and birthed up, and different artists that we will listen to are making their come up right now. You know what I mean? They're gearing up. I know me. I'm making a lot of music, and I'm gonna get to a point where I'm just gonna flood, man. Like I got a lot. Like I'm trying to gear up. So I know a lot of other people are doing that as well.
Yeah, same here, man. I've been writing a lot, beat collecting, and I'm sitting here like, man, I know I had recently put out a project, but it's just like in this time, it's like nothing more to do, and you have a lot more headspace, so it just makes sense to start creating at this point. I personally feel, okay, first let me say this. Last time we had something like this economically was the recession. Right. Recession was like what, 2008, 2009, 2010 on 11 and 12ish. I think about the artists that came, hip hop specifically, that came from that era. We got Cole from that, we got Kendrick from that, we got Nipsey from that, we got Wale from that, we had Big Sean from that, we had countless of legendary artists in our era came from that period. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's because music had shifted at that point. Because before, when you think about it, like you think about 2007, 2006, it was all crunk. That was the thing back then. It was crunk, 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 crunk. And then the recession hit, nobody was partying anymore. So everybody was more so just really tapping into more artistry of type of music.
So you think things might get a little more intellectual then?
That's how I feel. I feel it's going. Look at I would argue one of the biggest upcoming artists from Florida right now is Rod Wave. I feel like if it wasn't for this time period, people would not be into Rod Wave like they are now. It's because of everybody is sitting in the house in their feelings right now.
Pray for love.
It just goes perfect. Like everybody in their feelings. So it's like, yeah, man, I feel them right now. But I don't feel like it'll be a whole bunch of people in the club just bopping to that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's where I'm going. I feel like stuff is gonna be more. You have to be talking about something else now. Like the old stuff that people were talking about is not gonna fly because people are rebuilding themselves. Nobody's out partying. Nobody cares about how many cars you got. Nobody cares about that. We want to, you know what I'm saying? People want something now. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel like it's gonna breed more substance.
I think even on the other corner of that, I think you're exactly right. I think things will get more intellectual. I think on the other side of that, things will also get more fun too because facts. Whenever, like I've known a lot of people that's been saying too, like, yo, when we can go out and party, we're gonna party hard.
Yeah.
So y'all better. So if you ain't like a lyrical type rapper, better get them party songs ready because people gonna be partying whenever all this is over. I promise you.
Yeah, definitely.
What about businesses, man? Like I heard like the movie industry may be forever changed from this. I have a theory that like a lot of the movie theater companies are gonna close down. I saw this meme, and also something I've been thinking about just independently is that I wonder if like drive-in theaters will almost save the movie-going experience.
I don't know, but I can tell you it's going to be some different companies coming. I mean, we look back at the recession, that's when Uber came out.
Yeah.
Uber was like unheard of before then. Nobody would think that a company like that would, you know what I'm saying, survive. But that's when it made its presence. So, like you said, it could definitely be something like a drive-in movie or something innovative is going to come from this era because that's just what happens during this time. And people are investing right now, too. People that got it like that, they're looking to invest into the next thing because probably what they had before then went down. So now they're looking for something next, the next big thing to invest in.
I mean, of course, Atlanta is like my it's like a second home now. I know it's kind of like that to you. It's like a second home. How do you think that, like, you know, like the long-term effects to like your area and like where you're from? I mean, I guess that's kind of just hard to tell, but like, you know what I mean? I think of like a lot of people where I'm from, you know, they can't do shows. I mean, here as well, but like, you know, shows is over with, touring, all of that stuff, man. Like, you know, like we were talking about like earlier, you know, a lot of like artists will come up out of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for a fact. A lot of artists, I feel like a lot of artists are going to come up and a lot of artists are going to go down at the same time too.
A lot of artists going to go down.
That's kind of what I'm seeing. And even now I'm looking and seeing that happening. I'm seeing artists that's quitting. I'm seeing artists that's emerging. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it just depends on what you are and what your motivation is, how it's going to affect you. Like some artists are just going to take this loss and never bounce back from it. Some artists is gonna be birthed from this. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna birth their whole career out this.
Do you have like I've been seeing a lot of I've been seeing like two different types of memes, like, yo, what's your top 5 this, what's your top 5 of that. I've also been seeing the meme of like like they'll show you like a picture of Denzel, Martin, Will, and somebody else, and one has to go and all
everybody yeah.
Who you know, everybody talks about the top 5 rappers of all time. Who's your top 5 rappers from where you're from?
From where I'm from?
And, of course, not like your homies, you know, that's still coming up. I'm talking about, like, people that are more, like, regionally known.
Yeah. So, with this list, I'm going to keep it more on a medium base. And when I say medium base, I'm not going to go down to the lower local level, and I'm not going to go up to, like, straight up mainstream. So, for my list, I'm automatically excluding T-Pain, because of mainstream success. I'm automatically excluding XX, Kodak Black,
Right.
Denzel Curry. I'm excluding people of that tier
So
because I feel like
so
it's
just
kind
kind
of
of like the local hood legends type.
pretty much like the underground legends.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I would say. So number one, and it's not in any order, but number one I'm gonna go with Tom G, from Tampa. Number two I'm gonna go with Burger. Number three I'm gonna go with Iceberg from Miami. Number four. Let's see. Number four. I'm gonna go with Coley P for number four, and then number five is kind of interchangeable. I would still technically count Rod Wave for number five because I don't feel like he is just yet breaching mainstream, but I feel like he's definitely gonna be mainstream eventually. But I don't feel like he's hit that level yet, so I would count him on like my number five.
Shit, when I think of KC, man, there's like two different sides of KC music. There's like strange music and there's like mob music.
Yeah.
So like there's like four like legends from like the early 2000s to like now. There's two living legends, or three actually. Three. You got, of course, Tech Nine, man. Like, you know, he's like, when you think of rappers in KC, he's probably the most known. You know, he has had the most success. He's done, you know, Tech Nine. You know, if y'all don't know, you should know because he's like one of the biggest, like, actually probably the most successful independent artist of all time, dude.
Yeah.
He made millions.
Period. That's definitely the most successful independent artist that has ever been so far.
Second, I would say Rich the Factor. Man, Rich the Factor's like, you know, like, Jesus just be speaking that real street shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? He just Rich the Factor, you know, like he's like the other living legend with Tech Nine. He's like the other side, like, you know, him and Rich, like people love Rich. The third is this dude named Ron Ron. This dude named Ron Ron, man, like they still play Ron Ron's like songs even now. Like Ron Ron was the dude that was like he was gonna blow up. Like I think he went to prison. I think that kind of derailed his career. But Ron Ron, man, is so talented, like just different, unique. The fourth man is actually a late rapper who was killed a long time ago, back in like 2004. A dude named Fat Tone, like real G street shit. I don't know if he killed Mac Dre, but he was killed in retaliation for the killing of Mac Dre. So that's why Fat Tone was killed. What's that? That's four. Okay, so fifth, I'm gonna go with a new guy, a newcomer. There's a lot of people I can name, but I'm gonna go with MB58. He's been making a lot of noise. He's been making a lot of noise locally in KC and like on YouTube. He's been getting crazy views, man. So I hope he keeps it going for the town, man. But yeah, man, that's always fun to talk about. You know, people that like maybe aren't nationally known, but like, you know, your town knows them. You know, your town rocks with them, and they feel like they're the biggest artists in the world. But if you go to like, you know what I mean?
Anywhere out of the state, they're not gonna know who you're talking about half the time. That's really what it is, man. But you know, they're definitely still impactful. And the crazy thing about those artists is I don't even think they realize it. It's kind of like they may not hit the mainstream, but I guarantee you they influence somebody from where they're from to pick up a mic, or you know what I'm saying, take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like building blocks. You got somebody who makes it this far, we build off of that. We make it this far, somebody builds off of that, and eventually you at the top. You know what I'm saying? So you know, shout out to the underground legends, man. And
like they prove that like a record label isn't always necessary. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but I guess it depends on like what type of artist you are at the same time. Because for some artists, record label is necessary. Yeah. For some, it's not. You know what I mean? For some, it holds you back.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel a label is necessary for an artist's career, or are you anti-label?
No, I'm not. I think like I just said, like it depends on like who you are and like what your product is. Some people, some artists are very like, if you got more of like a mainstream packageable sound and brand, a record label's what you need. Yeah. But if you are more like of a niche artist where like you could build like a cult fan base, you don't really need a label. Like you don't. Like you could just build your niche fan base. If they rock with you, what do you need a label for? You know what I mean? You can do your own tours, do your own merch. It don't matter. You know?
Yeah, we live in the age of information too. I feel like it's all about the specific artist situation. I don't feel like this is an in general answer to a question. I feel like it's more specific to the artist. Like, what type of artist? What are you looking for as an artist? You know what I'm saying? And how far are you wanting to go? Like, those are questions, you know what I'm saying, that would determine if you need a label or not. And how business savvy you are. That's another thing. I feel like if you're not business savvy, you definitely need a label because you will not know how to deal with business outside of yourself anyway. So it's like you need some type of representation. If you're a business savvy like that, I wouldn't necessarily say you won't need a label, but you would be more in control of your situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And definitely be more aware of what you're getting yourself into by dealing with labels, and you'll be able to control the situation. So, like I said, to me, it just depends on your situation and what you're looking to get for it, what you're looking to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I always say if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If it don't make sense, then why would you have a label? It's been some artists that I've watched myself, and they sign, and I'm like, why would they sign? You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of with recently, like with NBA YoungBoy, when he signed with Birdman, I was like, why would he sign?
Yeah.
He was hot underground. Like, he was hot underground. It's like it made no sense for him to sign. You know what I'm saying? But there's been artists that, like, those recently, an artist that was signed to 1017 that was discovered and got a big break like that. That made sense for him to sign. It was like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's like, what makes sense? Then you got somebody like the Baby who did more of a partnership. Yep. He had $1 Billion Entertainment. He partnered. I forgot what label he partnered with, but he partnered with them. So technically, he still signed to $1 Billion. That's who he signed to, but he's partnering with the label, so he still has the resources of like being pushed by a label.
Yep. And look at someone like Meg, like she going through a lot of shit with her label.
Exactly.
Actually, like that was like the big topic right before all this Corona stuff, man. She was going
For
through
real,
all that big
man.
stuff. You know, I don't even know she needs, like, she's got a large female fan base. Like, females really rock with Meg. You know, does she really need a label? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what her situation is, but you know,
I feel like if she has a solid team, she wouldn't need The Rock to push her. You know what I'm saying? If she has a solid team. If she don't got a solid team like that, then she may want to get her label situation.
Exactly.
But I feel like she's had enough success on her own. You know what I'm saying? She's been trending. She's been a trending topic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't feel like she necessarily needs a label. But yeah, like I said, if it makes sense for her. You know what's crazy? And I just thought about this. I recently was looking at Drake's team. I never like did research on the people that's around him. Yeah. But like his people were like
he's got the same kind of
same crew since he like before even Young Money, and it makes sense. Like, and that's why I say like it's all about that team. Sometimes it's not the label that can get you to that. Is
Drake still signing Young Money?
That's a whole nother story.
I remember we used to think of Drake like as to being signed to Wayne, but I don't even think about him like that. I think of Drake as OVO now. I don't even think of Young
I think Drake is more technically Universal now. Okay. Because you know Young Money was under Universal. Pretty much a lot of stuff been under Universal, but I feel like he's more technically more Universal now. And I think he was going through.
I thought about that for a long time. Like, wait, Young.
Exactly. He hadn't been pushing it like he used to. I think he was actually going through a point. If he hasn't, I think he's going through now trying to buy all his masters back. And I don't know if he did or he didn't. But I know someone was saying like if he's able to get his master, he would literally be the richest rapper that they probably ever was. Like if he gets all his masters, stuff like that, because you got to think about all those hits back then, man. That'd be something. That's a lot of bread. Like he would literally have control over a lot. But it was just crazy how his team was so solid. You know what I'm saying? And the same dudes he rocked with helped him get to the point that he got to. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
So as always, on every episode, we have an underground ingredient of the week.
Yes, we do.
So do you have an underground ingredient of the week?
Yeah. I'm gonna give my underground ingredient to the homie Big OG. He's from my hometown. We've been rocking for a while. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped a project. And he's working on the next project he's about to drop. On the way to the Heartbreak Hotel. I don't think he has a release date for it, but he did announce that he is dropping that project. Definitely we're going to leave his information, and you definitely go check out for yourself. No doubt. Definitely go check out his last project, One Reason, because I'm on there, so you definitely want to check that out. We got a banger, but he got a bunch of bangers on there, man. He's put on for the city, and that's my dog. Shout out to Big OG.
My underground ingredient of the week, someone who's part of my team, very close, man. He's my manager, my guy B-Dot, man. He is a big part of the local hip hop community here in Atlanta. He's well respected by many artists here. He throws several several showcases. His main one over there at the Royal Peacock, Apollo, every Sunday night. Shout out to my guy B-Dot, man. Big ups to him.
Fact, man.
Yeah. So as always, y'all, I'm Lucrative.
And I go by the name of Ashton Martin. You guys stay safe, stay quarantined, and keep your ingredients.
Yes, this is the ingredient where many things go into making many things.
Ayy.
Peace.